What's going on, everybody? It's your favorite guy in the hoodie, Jay Knows Credit, back with another video. In this video, we're going to talk about inquiry removals and the things you can do to fight inquiry removals. That way you have less inquiries on your credit, as well as how to get them removed and my services to get them removed if you like to go about that process, okay? So first of all, let's talk about inquiries, okay? So one main thing about inquiries is that the inquiries themselves that you get on your credit report are not truly legal for them to post based on how they were created and what you have to do to get one on your credit. Okay. Previously, before, in order to get an inquiry on your credit, you literally had to write your name. You had to sign your name in order for them to be able to list it on your credit, or enable to give you that inquiry on your report. Okay. They've never changed that process. That process never changed as far as you having to have a signature or some type of, even printed signature in order to get that inquiry on your report. All right. And I'm saying this first because a lot of people think like, oh, you're doing something illegal if you're removing an inquiry off of report. Okay, because it's something you legally or blah blah blah, whatever people think or whatever, they think that something's being done illegally if you're getting it removed. But the reality is it wasn't supposed to be up there anyway, based on the things they have in place for it to actually be listed. Just like with the law, okay, or with anything else, there's always information, contracts, wordings, correspondence, documentation somewhere that states how this is supposed to be done, and even in the law system, things aren't done the right way. We know that, right? So, of course, cases get thrown out, even though the cops charged a person or arrested a person or whatever like that, they can still be able to beat those cases because of the information or the ways that they went about getting the arrest and things like that. Okay, so it goes the same way when it comes to your credit. All right, and I'm not going to go too deep, but I will say that the three major credit companies, because I don't call them bureaus, because bureaus are actually government entities. Okay, the three major credit companies that are reporting these inquiries, these companies are independent companies. They are not companies that really should have any jurisdiction over any inquiry on your report. But I'm letting you know this just so you can be able to be aware and be in the right mindset of when you're removing these things yourself or you're getting somebody else to do them for you. Just know that these things can be removed, and they can be removed legally without anything happening to your accounts and things like that. Okay, so touching on the account section of the inquiries, okay, you have two different types of inquiries on your report. Let me say three, okay? You have your soft inquiry and you have your hard inquiries, okay? Everybody knows about those. The soft inquiries don't affect your credit report. The hard inquiries do affect your credit report. But the thing about the inquiries that you have, even though you might have a soft or hard inquiry, there's still levels to the regular inquiries too, because once they pull your credit and you get an account, and then they pull your credit and you don't get an account, there still both can be hard inquiries, but one is attached to an account and the other one is not attached to an account. Okay, so with that, there are different processes of removing the inquiries based on how they were attained. Okay, so if the inquiries were attained through you getting a credit card or loan or some type of account with that, there's another process. Now, when it comes to the accounts, we want to make sure that we don't get your accounts closed in the process of removing that inquiry. And that's why you just can't go and get anybody or just do anything to remove your inquiry, because it can also remove the account that you have attached to that inquiry. And you might want to keep that account, especially if it's an account that's in very good standing. Okay, so going into more of the inquiry process of removals, you can remove an inquiry in a very swift amount of time, as far as those things being, let me say, verified through the bureaus. Through the credit companies. Okay, so if you want to get an inquiry taken off your report, you can write the thing in. You can submit something online to where you can get it removed as well. You can also get someone else to remove it for you, but it's always good to ask questions because everybody's not, removing inquiries the right way. Some people are getting inquiries removed and they're getting their accounts closed too, and they're very, very pissed off about that. Okay, so it's very important that you do ask these questions with anybody who is removing your inquiries for you, or before you start doing it yourself, because you could, without knowing, close your account that you want to have open. All right. Here at J Knows Credit, we are doing inquiry, sorry, tongue twister right now, of removals. And with those removals, there's gonna be different processes done, like I told you before, to remove those, but we're able to get those off now in a very, very swift amount of time. Okay. For a lot of people, we can get them off, within about 45 days to 3 months. And that really just depends on the type of inquiries they are. Okay. In some instances, depending on those type of inquiries, they can come off as fast as 48 hours on up to a week. And there are different processes, like I said before, as far as how to remove the inquiries. And so this is why that time variation can differ. Okay, so here at J Knows Credit, we're going to be doing inquiries now for $25, per inquiry, if you want to just get your inquiries removed by themselves. And that's $25 per inquiry, and that's per bureau. All right, and we can remove those inquiries for you. You want to have a minimum of 5 in order for us to do it, because if not, it's not worth the time and the effort if it's not at least 5 that need to be done. Okay. And so that, unless you're just getting a whole credit, repair service, to where if you only got 2 or 3, it's not going to matter. But you want to have at least 5. And there are some special circumstances where we may take less than 5, but that'll be a case by case, basis. But I think $25 is very doable for anybody to get the inquiries removed, and that price can actually go down if you have a lot more. If it just gets kind of ridiculous how many you have, we can bring that price down. Like I said, it is a case by case basis, on that. But make sure that you're not just running up inquiries. Okay, when you go to the the car lot, make sure you're not letting them just run your credit. Please try to come in with a pre-approved offer from your bank or from a credit union bank, which is a better way to come in there, because you already know what you can get approved for. You already know what you can buy, things like that. Now, there are some places where it's better to actually go to the car lot and have them do it and have them run your credit. If you already have fantastic credit, they can pull your credit one time and things like that. If you go into a major dealership, because they could have interest rates that you probably could not get at your particular credit union. Okay, so there are different situations like that. As well as when you're applying for things, make sure you're just not applying just for no reason. You're not just hitting the button. You're not just hitting, every time you go to a department store, they're asking you, do you want to save 20% and run this card? I don't think you should be doing that if you want to really save money or really, get something in the future for your credit, because that 20% or 10% off is not really a lot, especially if you're not spending that much money. You're basically getting your credit ran for $20, for a $20 savings. Okay, just my personal opinion. All right, but if you do want to get any services that are inquiry in the inquiries, or into like credit or trade lines or authorized users or anything like that, you can give us a call, or you can also email us here. You can also text us here at J Knows Credit. Okay. My main business number at this point right now has been locked. I am working on getting that number back. So we do have another number that's temporary. I'm not going to put the number in this video. I'm just going to put it in the description of the video. That way you can actually, contact us there until our new, or let's say our old number we can get that back activated or transferred. Okay, but thank you all for watching. If you do have any increase and if you have any questions, please give us a call. And the number I said will be in the description here at the top. All right, but thank you all for watching and have a fantastic day. God bless you and God bless your credit.